Okay, so hello and welcome back to the channel. I haven't posted in a while. I think Thursday or Friday might have been my last video that I posted, so I'm gonna go ahead and just make a different video about something off topic, which is a thing we might do occasionally. I'm gonna go ahead and do a video reviewing the 2021 Azerbaijan F1 Grand Prix. So, why am I not in my normal recording studio? Well, we're, I guess, away from home right now, so I'm in an undisclosed location in an outdoor porch, so if there's noise or whatever, this was the best place I could find that wasn't going to interrupt anything else. So yeah, I apologize in advance about the car noises every 15 seconds or something, but yeah, anyways, so the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Baku's obviously a pretty good race in general, but this year I thought was especially interesting. First of all, you had Charles Leclerc starting on pole, which was not a thing anyone expected. Even coming into Monaco, I don't think anyone expected any of the Ferraris to be up there, but especially at Baku with that long front stretch, the Ferrari engine generally just isn't there. And it was interesting to see the Ferraris actually competing for the, I mean, Leclerc won the pole and Sainz was like 4th or 5th or something. So that was quite interesting. So at the start of the race, you had Leclerc, Hamilton, Verstappen, and I think Perez was like, well, I think Perez was 6th. I forget who was 4th and 5th. I think somewhere in there was Sainz and maybe Lando Norris or something. I don't know. No, one of them was, I think Seb Vettel was 5th, and then maybe Sainz was 4th, and then Perez 6th. Anyways, I just listed off the grid very awkwardly there, and I could have just checked. I'll probably have a picture of the actual lineup up there anyways, so whatever. Anyways, on the start, Leclerc was able to maintain his lead into turn 1, but not for long after that, because on lap 2, I think it was, Hamilton got a good run coming down that long front stretch and was able to jump Leclerc without DRS. And then once DRS was available, Leclerc was only going to fall further down. He got passed by eventually both of the Red Bulls, and he went down to 4th, and then I think he got passed by Gasly and Vettel. He fell down to like 6th after 15 laps or so. Yeah, so after about those 15 laps, it was the first cycle of pit stops. Hamilton came in first, and he had quite a slow stop. I think it was 4.1 on the time, and Verstappen had, I think, a 1.9 second stop. So Verstappen, even though he was originally in 2nd place, was able to jump Hamilton by quite a big margin and go to the lead, which he was basically able to maintain for the rest of the race. Everyone was on basically a soft tire to hard tire strategy, so everyone was trying to make it from lap 15 to the end on the hard tire, which was quite interesting, saying as that's the C3 compound, which at some weekends could be the soft tire compound. They just had the really soft tire compounds this week, and trying to make it like 35 laps on a C3 tire doesn't exactly seem like a good thing, and it wasn't, because we had in the middle of the race around lap 35 or so, Lance Stroll had a tire failure down the middle of that straightaway. It was just, he came out of the corner and then like it went a little bit further down the straightaway and just lost control of the car and spun straight into the wall. That was quite interesting and seemed quite rare. Originally I was just confused as to how he crashed on a straightaway, but I can't exactly tell whether or not to blame this on Pirelli, because obviously they make the tires, but the teams are trying to stretch the tires really far. So I don't know. I'd say half blame on Pirelli, half blame on the teams. I don't know. Anyways, later in the race, lap 46, Max Verstappen is leading. Sergio Perez is 2nd. He actually jumped Hamilton on that stop as well. So Perez was 2nd, Hamilton 3rd. And then coming down the straightaway, and this was much further down the straightaway, like almost to the start-finish line, which is quite near the end, Verstappen just flat out lost it and hit the wall because of a tire failure. And as you could assume, Verstappen was mad. I mean, what else would you expect? The dude was leading a Grand Prix and is in the middle of a fight for the championship and blows a tire and loses 26 points. It's not a thing I'd want to do, so I don't exactly... I mean, I guess I feel bad for Verstappen. I mean, as a Verstappen fan, at least in, like, relation to Hamilton, I'd say, yeah, I'm kind of biased on that, but just, it sucks for Max. So that caused a ton of chaos, and they ended up calling a red flag 2 laps after he had actually crashed. So they had everyone come into the pits, and Perez was in the lead, and then you had Hamilton second and Vettel third, which is already a crazy podium if that were to hold up. It didn't hold up, because coming into turn 1, Lewis Hamilton, actually on the starting grid, he had, like, his brakes were smoking or whatever. It was like, apparently they have some type of thing that they warn the brakes under yellow or whatever that they had forgotten to turn off. So, yeah, his brakes were just smoking under, like, on that grid or whatever for the restart with 2 laps. Which is another thing, is basically a green-white checker from F1, which is quite interesting. And everyone on Twitter was like, this is about to be chaos, someone's about to get hurt, like, can we just, like, stop it from here? I'd say we're lucky nobody got hurt, but going into turn 1, Hamilton just went straight on. It's like the brakes just flat out didn't work, and he went straight on and fell all the way to the back of the pack, behind even, like, Mazepin and Schumacher. He fell back that far. Just in the escape road in turn 1. So now the podium was Perez, Vettel, Gasly, and Leclerc was right behind Gasly. And for the first lap and a half or so, it looked like there could be a legitimate fight from Leclerc to try to get that last spot on the podium, but he was not actually able to get that spot. So yeah, Sergio Perez ended up cruising to a pretty easy win, at least for those last 2 laps, after Hamilton just messed up. And then Vettel second in an Aston Martin in what is... Seb's not in his prime anymore. This is the twilight of his career. First podium since Turkey last year. I guess for like a 5-time F1 champion, that's quite a long time to go without a podium. Though then again, he's with subpar, at least in terms of getting podiums, he's with a subpar team and not exactly in his prime anymore. But great to see Seb on the podium. He was excited. His team was excited. That was all cool. And third was Gasly. Obviously, he's got a win last year at Monza, second 2 years ago at Brazil. Now he's got that 3rd place trophy, so this has got all of the 3 trophies of the podium, if you want to say that. Sure, he's gotten 1st, 2nd, 3rd. I think Gasly's cool. I probably would have preferred Leclerc up there just because I still want to see Ferrari do good, but I thought it was cool to see Gasly up there. Yeah, so quite a chaotic race, especially once you got past the last 5 laps or so. In terms of just, I'd say this was quite a good F1 race. I think Baku's a good track because it's a street circuit, so it's obviously chaotic. There's walls close to you or whatever. If you mess up, you're gonna probably hit a wall or go off into a runoff area or something. But it's not Monaco. You can still pass. There's a giant DRS zone. Passing is actually quite easy here. So I think Baku's a good track. Probably one of Herman Toka's better tracks. So yeah, I'd say good on... good race at Baku this year. Well done, Baku. Anyways, that's about all I've got. I'll probably be doing some type of lead-up stuff for the races at Detroit this weekend for IndyCar. But yeah, that's all I've got. I'm going to probably occasionally be doing F1 NASCAR race reviews whenever there's not an IndyCar race. So I'd say expect maybe a race review every weekend, loosely. But yeah, anyways, that's all I've got. I'll see you guys all later. Bye.